Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Matilda. In fact, it's the Matilda 2, and it's the Tier 4 British medium tank. It's located on the north spawn of Ruinberg, and this one is under the command of ProvoBob. There's rather a lot of replays for ProvoBob at the moment. Well, game started. He's got the 2-pounder gun, which is basically a 14mm gun, which is capable of doing, what is it, 85? 55 hit points of damage with a single shot. And you notice that ProvoBob's loaded APCR again. Yes, rather a lot of APCR. And he's got a few bots on his team as well. And there they are. The Panzer IIIe and the BT7, they're both bots. So's that Type 91. So's both Type 91, sorry. And, well, he's the only real player who's actually gone down into the town. So this should be interesting. Gets to the corner. Is there anyone there? Oh, and the Type 91 is coming back. Because it's a bot, why not? Well, from this position he can fire through that gap. If an enemy tank comes around that corner, he can get hits on them, but I'm not so sure they are silly enough to come around that corner. But since bots are actually intercepting the enemy, well, we've lost one already, and I think we'll more than likely lose the others as well very shortly. And he comes up to the corner. Is there anyone there? No. So he might be able to go around the corner and engage the enemy ones. We've just lost another tank. In fact, actually we've lost 3 so far, and 1 enemy tank has been killed. In fact, I suspect that the enemy Matilda, because he's a real player, is chasing our bots about. And he's firing rounds up there into that corner. Now, supposedly, there's an enemy Kini up there. Japanese light tank. But you can't see him. I don't think the Kini can see him just yet at the moment. But when he goes around the corner, if there's enemy tanks there, they will see him. And in fact, he's letting that Matilda get away with killing his teammates. So, ProvoBob, about time you turned around and went back the way you came, because, yep, there's a real player there, and he's just killed another enemy, another teammate. So we've lost 3 tanks to that Matilda. So I think you need to take him out of the game. And ProvoBob's doing his zoom in, zoom out thing again, which means I have to take charge of the camera, and he's gone round the back of those. Is in the other street. In fact, he's going after our Arty now, and he's doing the thing with the camera again. If you keep doing that with the camera, I'll have to keep control and we won't have a proper replay. I know, well, the Matilda has lost some damage, but he did get a kill on our T82 HMC, so we have no Arty anymore. But that Matilda's been so badly damaged that it's very likely we will get a shot on him. But ProvoBob's got an enemy coming up behind him. And there's the Matilda. And go on, one more in. No, you missed. That's better. Now turn around, because there's an enemy coming up behind you. And that's not a bot either. That is a tank destroyer. And, well, he's ventured too past his comfort zone, because a tank destroyer like him, well, he's been badly damaged, he's been spotted. These things are supposed to be not seen but felt. And there you go. Feel that. 10 TP. 10-ton Polish tank. Taking a lot of damage. And bye-bye. Oh, bounced it. That's one. Got it. Chinar in the background. Or Chi-Ha, not a Chinar. It's a Chi-Ha-Ha-Ha. Well, you're about to die. The Chi-Ha is a bot, so it should be a fairly easy kill. He's doing the thing again. If you keep doing that, I'll have to keep control of the camera. Okay, goes the Chi-Ha. Yep, and he's gone. Just like that. 3 shots and I take control of the camera again, because he's doing it again. Unfortunately, I think Mighty Jingles doesn't like these people as well. The people who zoom in and zoom out all the time because they're playing with their mouse. And video creators don't like them either, because it means that you have to constantly keep control of the camera to stop them causing seasickness or motion sickness for the viewers. So please don't do it, please. Okay, Type 91. And well, he bounces around there, backing off, but he takes out the Type 91. He bounced around from that Type 91, and it was an AP round as well. There's still 8 enemy vehicles out there. Unfortunately, we're down to just 2 tanks now, the Panzer 38NA. There's a Covenanter, and he stopped to take a shot at us. And ProvoBob, stop moving, because you're actually ruining your chances of hitting him. Only 1 shot out of what, half a dozen fired or more? You fired loads around, but you're not hitting the target because you're not aiming properly. Dial in. That's it. That's better. That's got it. That's it. Don't stop moving. Stop moving. Oh, Bob. I'm sorry, Bob, but it's bad enough that I have to keep taking control of the camera, but then you don't shoot properly. You're wasting huge amounts of ammo. That's better. That's got him. Okay, the Type 91 doesn't want to come around the corner. There's only 4 enemies left now. You can probably hit that Type 91 now. He's come round. He is a bot, and you're backing up again while you're firing. You're ruining your chances of winning this game. He does get the kill, but if you keep doing that, you will lose the game because you will get inaccurate shots. You've missed half the shots you fired simply because you were trying to move at the same time as shooting. You're shooting at long range. You can't do that. If you do, your reticule will bloom as it has, and you won't get shots on target. Now the Locust, God knows what that player's doing. It is a bot. Yeah. And the only other enemy is a real player in the Covenanter. I'm not sure he's behind that wreck anymore. He was. I'd just drive up that end if I was you. Oh, he's doing the bouncing thing again. Oh dear. I may have to draw the line at somebody who keeps trying to cause motion sickness. The Covenanter was trying to outflank us and come around the other side. And 4 rounds fired at us and all of them bounced. But ProvoBob didn't make a mistake with that shot. He was stationary after all, and he made it count. But unfortunately, we lost our other teammate, so it's now ProvoBob versus the Locust. And the Locust is a bot. So ProvoBob might as well just drive to the cap. He's not going to outrun a Locust. They're just too fast. So what he might as well do is just cap and hope that the Locust comes back. And if he doesn't, well, he'll get an Invader medal. He's got 8 kills, but all he'll get is a Top Gun and a High Caliber. He won't get a Radley's because you don't get a Radley's below tier 5. I've had 10 kills. Oh, the Locust has come back. Good. So he can get the final kill. That will be his 9th kill. The Locust comes back out again. He puts another round in. And another. Good. Don't move whilst you're shooting. Otherwise, you'll ruin the aim on this thing. Wait for him to pop out. And takes the kill and wins the game. Whoa, ProvoBob, what a lot of trouble you were today. Look at the rounds that hit the front of you and bounced off. Yes, well, what do I say about that one? Well, sometimes some of our members are not that Well, they should learn how to stay still whilst they're shooting enemies at long range. And here's the end of battle result. It was an ace tank for ProvoBob and the Matilda. He managed to get a shell-proof for blocking more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle, a fireproof for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, and he got a bruiser medal as well for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 9 in that one. He got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He ended up with 9. And his win rate for the game was 10,107. But yeah, kind of ruined it by zooming in and zooming out all the time with your mouse button. Stop playing with your mouse button. Use it what it's supposed to be done for. You know, press the button, but don't wiggle around the figures like that. It really upsets people, I can tell you. They get very annoyed when the camera keeps zooming in and out because they get motion sickness, and then they don't watch your video because they say, well, enough of this, I'm not going to get sick. And here's the team scores. Well, he's the only player who managed to get more than 1,000 hit points, 1,441. And the next high scorer was the Matilda on the enemy team with 881, and he was a real player as well. But unfortunately, he made a big mistake of actually going around that corner and trying to side scrape out on ProvoBob whilst he was firing APCR at him. And yeah, that didn't work out too well for the Matilda. And when it came to kills, again, it's ProvoBob with 9 kills. The other Matilda managed to get 4, so the T40 managed to get 3, and when it came to base XP, it was ProvoBob again, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,132 base experience points for him, 694 for the Panzer 38 NA, who also managed to get a Confederate, and then 422 for the Matilda on the enemy team. 63 shots fired, 37 direct hits and only 30 penetrations. I think that speaks volumes about the mistakes that ProvoBob was making. He wasn't staying stationary when he was firing at targets which were long range away, and it causes the reticule to bloom massively, which means that virtually none of the targets were hitting the spot he was aiming at. If you make the reticule big, you will miss the target, and it's the same with Arty as well. You've got to let the aim settle, and when you're firing long range, stay still so that you can get the tight reticule and you'll hit the target and get kills. 1,441 hit points, of which 542 were at more than 300 meters, showed the amount of damage you were doing at long range, but it would have been a smaller number of hits to actually get those results. 10 hits received from the enemy, only 2 of which were penetrations, 8 non-penetrations. The enemy was also firing at long range, and most of their shots were just bouncing off your armor as a result. 390 hit points of damage blocked by armor. Just goes to show that, you see, if you'd stayed stationary at long range, they wouldn't have penetrated you anyway because they were just too far away. And so you could stay stationary as well and get the shots through their armor. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 9 killed, and 175 hit points of damage assistance, and he got 32 capture points while he was in the cap. On a premium count, he earned 31,254 credits, got 14,689 credits for holiday ops, total 45,943. But because ProvoBob insisted on firing APCR and loaded up his Matilda with nothing but, he made a absolutely huge loss from that game. 100,800 credits spent on ammunition. So his total loss was 55,454. And I suppose, well, he might have said, well, I had a bit of fun. Yes, you did, but at what cost? You could have done that battle with standard AP and you still would have won. And you still would have got the same results, but you would have ended up with a huge amount of credits as well. 2 bombs for getting the high caliber and the top gun. 1,698 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 1,358 for holding ops, total 4,754 experience points altogether. So although it's a good victory, you did get an ace tank, a high caliber top gun and 9 kills. Unfortunately, you've kind of spoilt it by A, loading up with APCR, B, firing at long range and moving while you were trying to do it, so your shots didn't hit the targets they were intended to. And, well, moving in and out with your mouse can really annoy people, and it certainly makes it difficult to actually film a video when you keep deciding that you want to cause motion sickness for the viewers. So be very careful, ProvoBob, because if you keep ruining the videos or keep causing problems like that, I may have to decide, well, we're not going to do more videos from you unless you don't play around with your mouse whilst you're doing it, because I don't really want to cause motion sickness to my viewers. So thanks very much for watching this video.